Hi everyone, welcome to week 3 of stress management. I'd like to go ahead and start the session today by talking about some reminders before we talk about the specifics for week 3. First and foremost, we will have our Kaiser Live session as always Monday morning at 10 a.m. I would like for everyone in the class to make sure that they've watched this particular video before attending the Kaiser Live session Monday morning. And the reason being for that is to make sure that you have an opportunity to participate in the Kaiser Live session and also ask questions in regards to the work that is required of you for week 3. I am seeing some issues with people submitting work and not submitting all of their documents, and so I want to have an opportunity to clarify that with you if I haven't already called you and spoken to you about that before. So first reminder is to make sure you're attending the Kaiser Live session at 10 a.m. And I do want to point out, ladies and gentlemen, that the next 2 Monday Kaiser Live sessions, everyone in class is required to be in attendance because there is a discussion component of that course. And I'm not talking about the Blackboard discussion component. I'm talking about actually having individuals speak in the Kaiser Live sessions other than myself. And what you're going to be doing is actually sharing some information that's a part of your lab work for the next 2 weeks in regards to meditation and relaxation. And obviously you can't converse, you can't post messages in the chat boxes if you're not logging on and in attendance for the Kaiser Live session. So I wanted to make sure that was clear for you that for the next 2 Mondays, the Kaiser Live sessions are required for all students so that you can get your points in regards to being able to discuss. Another thing that I would like to point out for attendance is make sure, ladies and gentlemen, that you're logging onto Blackboard into the class Monday through Thursday before 1:30. There were some issues this week when I went to give attendance points. Some people were not logging on before 1:30, and that it is explicitly stated, and as a result, people were losing professionalism points. So that's something that's very easily fixable and a very easy way for you to make sure you're earning maximum points in regards to attendance. And so the next thing I want to point out is the professionalism policy. If you have not yet read this, it is on the syllabus tab of the Blackboard page, and I'm going to point that out to you now. Here's the syllabus, here's our class agenda for the week, and here's our professionalism rubric. I'm going to bring that up for you real quick. Because I want to point something out. The professionalism rubric is different from the lower division to the upper division. And if you haven't taken time out to read this, you might be surprised when looking at your grades as far as professionalism points, because attendance is built into that. So if someone doesn't attend class in a day, in other words, if they don't log on before 1:30, your first infraction of not following the professionalism rubric is losing 20 points. You basically have 3 strikes and you're out. You lost all your points. So it's important that you understand that you are getting professionalism points for your attendance. You are getting professionalism points for your participation. If you're not participating, obviously you can't earn those points. And I'm specifically talking about being in the Kaiser Live sessions, that you're being prepared, you're completing your assignments and turning them in. You're completing them in their entirety and not just giving me portions of what you're responsible for. And then if you're in class, you don't have food and beverage. So obviously that doesn't apply to us here. But that's it. That's pretty basic, pretty straightforward. So if you're not posting attendance before 1:30 and you're only submitting certain portions of assignments and not all of them, you're going to start to see a pretty significant loss of professionalism points. And I don't want that to happen to you. So I did want to bring that to your attention. All right, so let me get back to week 3. Before I start talking about week 3, something else that I want to bring up to you is our midterm academic advising. You all will have finished your second quiz this weekend. It is due Sunday night at midnight. And so Monday morning when I'm in the office, after the Kaiser Live session, maybe before, I'll be able to grade your quizzes and then also prepare a midterm academic report for you. Because we're not in class together, what I'm going to do is email you a copy of your midterm advisement. It will have your midterm grade. It will have some comments from me at the bottom. Your responsibility is to make sure that you sign that and scan it and email it back to me no later than Monday night at 11:59 p.m. Oops, sorry. Let me go back here. There it is. Nope. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Little technical difficulties here. Let's do this. See if I can actually... There it is. 1 second, everybody. Okay, sorry about that. I forget where I left off, but basically your midterm academic advisement forms, once you have those printed out, sign them, and then email me a copy back, please. I have to give those to my dean no later than Tuesday morning. Of great concern will be anyone that's getting a D or an F in the course. So if that's the case, you will probably also receive a phone call with me. We do need to have some academic advisement. If I'm not able to reach you over the phone, I am going to request that you come in and make an office visit. And I will be putting those notes in the system. Mostly because, ladies and gentlemen, I meet with my dean every week, and they follow grades very, very closely. And when I meet with them, they want to discuss with me any students that are having difficulty in class. So I need to be able to report to my dean when they have questions about that. So that should come sometime on Monday for you. Please look for it in your student email accounts. When you see it, print it out, sign your copy, and then scan it and email it back to me. There will be no way for you to submit your signed form on Blackboard. So that is one of the only things that you'll email to me for this class. Okay, so now we can finally talk about the specifics for week 3. By now you are probably pretty familiar with the setup. I know that week 2 had some different activities for you to accomplish in addition to doing your classwork assignments. But it's pretty simplified this week for you. So you can see starting off on week 3, we have our Kaiser Live session as mentioned before. Again, you do need to be a part of that session in order to participate. I will be asking you questions. I will be expecting people to click on the raised hand button. I will be asking people to post chat messages and things of that nature to have some sort of interaction with you. So make sure that you have time on Monday at 10 a.m. to log on. Classwork assignments, let's talk about that for this week. Let me pull it up for you. Okay, first and foremost, I want to point out to you a mistake that was made. On your document, it says that your classwork assignments are due on Thursdays no later than 1:30 p.m. And by the way, obviously this date is incorrect because that date is already passed for week 3. So your work is always due on Thursday. I apologize for the problem or the issues. Your Blackboard says that your work is due, for classwork is due midnight on Thursday. So I'm allowing you guys to follow that deadline rather than the deadline that's posted when you actually pull up the document right here that says 1:30. So midnight on Thursday night is acceptable. And by the way, the date is December 7th. So obviously that's incorrect. Your classwork for this week is very brief. I think might be a good word to explain it. You are covering chapters 16 through 20. The chapters are very short. So this should be a nice, I don't want to say easy week, but this should be a nice week in terms of work reduction for you. But it's also an excellent opportunity for anybody that needs to bring up their grades to really kind of hit a home run in order to get maximum points. So you can see that for chapter 16, your responsibilities are to define and explain relaxation, talk about the benefits, explain tips for a successful relaxation experience, and then I actually want you to make sure that you read about the power nap, do it, and then reflect on it for the completion of chapter 16. And you'll notice that 17, 18, 19, and even 20 are very, very similar. You can see that it's abbreviated work in comparison to the first 2 weeks of the course. So I really do expect that all of you will be able to complete this work and not have an issue, but also be able to get it done to kind of help aid in supporting good grades for this class. Let's talk next about your lab work. Again, lab work has kind of a multi-step component to it regarding chapters 16 through 20. You're going to choose a method of stress reduction that you read about. So some of the stress reduction techniques that you're reading about this week have to do with a power nap, breathing exercises, performing autogenics, progressive relaxation techniques, and then also using something called guided imagery. For this particular lab, because I'm asking you to do the power nap as a part of your classwork, please do not perform the power nap for your lab. I want you to choose something different, something new that you haven't done before, in order to experience it and kind of give me your feedback on it. So again, you're going to choose one of those methods from chapters 16 through 20. You're going to set some time up in your week to be able to perform it and to be able to do it. After that, then you're going to get on the discussion page for Blackboard, and you're going to respond to the questions that you see here. So I want to know, obviously, what method did you participate in? What do you feel you gained from the experience? If there were any drawbacks to this activity in regards to maybe why you wouldn't perform it again. And then tell me, would you do it again? Why or why not? And then you can see here, this is why I'm asking that everybody log on to the Kaiser Live sessions for the next 2 Mondays, is because your job is to kind of tell us, give us a testimonial about your experience. When we talk about exercise science, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not so much interested in your opinion. Obviously, that's going to be a part of your answer. I'm very interested to see if you can explain to me the science behind how your method physiologically reduces stress in the body. So be very careful. You probably want to plan out what you're going to say, what you're going to talk about. And obviously, this discussion will come not this Monday. It will come next Monday on the 4th. So I would definitely encourage you, even though that you're going to be simply performing the method and discussing on Blackboard, for next Monday's course, not the 4th, the 11th, that's when you'll be talking about the method that you performed and the physiological reasons that that method reduced stress in the body. If you have any questions about those directions or about what I've just explained to you, please shoot me an email or call me. You know that I'm here for you if you have any issues. So that is Lab 3 for the week. Also, you can see here are the PowerPoints for you. So obviously you're reading all the chapters, you're looking at the PowerPoints. And then, as always, ladies and gentlemen, you'll have quiz 3. I can see it on my screen because I'm in the instructor screen. But I will typically open up that quiz for you sometime on Thursday. And again, it will be available to you the Thursday of week 3 all the way through till Sunday at 11:59 p.m. And I do want to stress and bring home kind of the point that if you're given a short answer or an essay answer, those are your times, ladies and gentlemen, to really show me what you understand about those concepts. Simply giving me a 1 or 2 sentence response is not an appropriate length of answer, nor do I feel that it's enough for you to really explain and answer the question in its entirety. So my expectations, obviously in addition to correct answers, would be that you're taking at least 3 to 5 sentences to explain. Sorry, hold on one second. Short answers require at least 3 to 5 sentences to explain your answer. If you're giving an actual essay question, that's a 1-paragraph minimum response. And for those of you that want to know sentences again, that's anywhere from 5 to 7 sentence minimum response. So I hope that clarifies that for you. Oh, and we're having fun again trying to get, there it is. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. So that is our explanation for week 3. Again, to go over your due dates, make sure for Monday, December 4th, you're in our 10 a.m. Kaiser Live session. Make sure that your classwork is submitted on Blackboard no later than Thursday night at midnight. Your lab, again, is due Friday at 9 a.m. and then quiz 3 will open up on Thursday and again will end for you Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Good luck with week 3, and again, as always, if you need me, please call me, email me with whatever you need. Have a great week, everyone.